In the hush of forgotten places, whispers of the past linger. Abandoned buildings once teeming with life now stand silent. They are skeletal remains, monuments to forgotten dreams and bygone eras. Yet, these deserted structures hold a strange allure, drawing us into their desolate embrace. What stories do these forgotten walls hold? What echoes of laughter, sorrow, or triumph resonate within their crumbling facades? The human psyche is drawn to mystery. We are fascinated by the unknown, the unseen, the forgotten. Abandoned places offer a glimpse into this enigmatic realm where time seems to stand still. Across the globe, from desolate ghost towns to crumbling factories, abandoned buildings stand as testaments to the transient nature of human endeavors. Each broken window, each weathered door, whispers a tale of hopes once held, dreams once pursued. These silent giants beckon us to listen, to remember, and to piece together the fragments of their past.
Imagine stepping inside an abandoned asylum, the air thick with the weight of untold stories. Each peeling paint chip, each rusted gurney, whispers of lives lived and lost. The silence is deafening, yet it speaks volumes to the imagination.
Or perhaps you find yourself drawn to a deserted mansion, its grand ballroom now home only to dust and memories. Can you hear the faint strains of music, the echo of dancing feet? Abandoned places are haunted, not necessarily by ghosts, but by the indelible mark of human presence.
These ghostly echoes are what make exploring abandoned places so captivating. They are a tangible link to the past, a way to connect with the people who lived, worked, and loved within those walls. Their stories, though often lost to time, are etched into the very fabric of these buildings.
In the silence of these deserted spaces, we have the rare opportunity to listen, to pay homage to the past, and to learn from the stories these places have to tell. For within the echoes of the abandoned, we discover not only fragments of history, but also profound reflections on our own mortality and the transient nature of human existence.
Our journey will take us to some of the most fascinating and evocative abandoned places on Earth. From the eerie solitude of Pripyat, frozen in time since the Chernobyl disaster, to the haunting beauty of Hashima Island, Japan's once thriving coal mining town now reclaimed by nature.
We'll delve into the history of these places, uncovering the events that led to their abandonment and the people who once called them home. Through archival footage, photographs, and expert interviews, we'll bring their stories to life, painting a vivid picture of their past.
But this is more than just a history lesson. It's a journey of discovery, a chance to witness the resilience of nature as it reclaims these forgotten spaces. It's an opportunity to contemplate the passage of time and the impermanence of human endeavors.
So join us as we step through the shattered windows and creaking doors into a world frozen in time. Let us explore the beauty in decay, the stories in the silence, and the echoes of the abandoned.
Abandoned places are not merely empty shells, they're silent witnesses to the ebb and flow of history. Each crack in their walls, each faded photograph clinging to a wall tells a story of change, of progress, and sometimes of decline. They stand as physical reminders of the forces that shape our world, from economic booms and busts to natural disasters and human conflicts. Consider the haunting ruins of Detroit's once grand Michigan Central Station. This architectural marvel, once a symbol of the city's industrial might, fell victim to the decline of American rail travel in the latter half of the 20th century. Its deserted halls now echo with the ghosts of departing trains and the dreams of a bygone era. Similarly, the abandoned mining town of Kolmanskop in Namibia stands as a stark reminder of the ephemeral nature of resource-based economies. Once a bustling diamond hub, it was deserted when the gems ran dry, swallowed by the encroaching desert sands. Its sand-filled houses and crumbling buildings paint a poignant picture of a boomtown's fleeting glory.
Time, the relentless sculptor, leaves its mark on everything it touches, and abandoned places bear the full brunt of its passage. The elements wage a slow, steady war on these neglected structures. Wind whistles through broken windows, rain seeps into cracked foundations, and nature, in its inexorable advance, reclaims what was once hers. On Hashima Island, once a densely populated coal mining community, nature has staged a breathtaking takeover. Concrete buildings, once teeming with life, are now draped in a verdant shroud of vines and creepers. Trees sprout from rooftops, their roots burrowing deep into the structures, slowly but surely pulling them back to the earth. This interplay between human creation and natural reclamation is a recurring theme in the stories of abandoned places. It's a testament to nature's enduring power, its ability to heal and reclaim even the most scarred landscapes. Yet, there's a poignant beauty in this decay, a reminder of the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. The passage of time may strip away the veneer of human habitation, but it also reveals the inherent strength and resilience of these structures. They stand, often for decades or even centuries, weathering storms, earthquakes, and the slow, steady march of decay. Their endurance is a testament to the ingenuity of their builders and a source of inspiration for those who seek to preserve their legacy.
Abandoned places, though often perceived as relics of the past, are not merely remnants of bygone eras. They are guardians of memory, repositories of stories waiting to be told. Within their crumbling walls and silent corridors lie fragments of lives lived, dreams pursued, and communities forged. They offer a unique window into the social, cultural, and economic landscapes of the past, preserving a tangible link to those who came before us.
Consider the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, once a model of prison reform and now a haunting reminder of America's complex penal history. Its cell blocks, once home to notorious criminals like Al Capone, now stand empty, but their stories linger. Through guided tours and historical exhibits, the penitentiary offers a glimpse into the lives of both inmates and guards, shedding light on a system both flawed and fascinating. Similarly, the abandoned village of Oradour-sur-Glane in France serves as a chilling memorial to the horrors of World War II. Preserved in a state of arrested decay after a brutal massacre by Nazi troops, it stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict and the enduring legacy of trauma. Its empty streets and ruined buildings are a solemn testament to the fragility of peace and the importance of remembrance.
While the historical context of abandoned places paints a broad stroke of the past, it's the personal stories, the whispers of lives lived, that truly breathe life into these forgotten spaces. Each chipped teacup on a dusty floor, each child's toy left behind, speaks of individual experiences, of joys and sorrows, of dreams once held dear. These intimate glimpses into the past remind us that these places were once homes, workplaces, and gathering spots for real people, each with their own unique story to tell. Imagine the laughter of children echoing through the halls of an abandoned schoolhouse, their tiny desks now covered in dust and graffiti. Can you picture the miners, their faces grimy with coal dust, sharing a laugh over a pint after a long day's work in a now deserted saloon? These personal narratives, often passed down through generations, add a layer of human connection to the grand tapestry of history. In the rusting machinery of a deserted factory, we see not just obsolete technology, but the legacy of skilled hands that once operated them, the pride of craftsmanship, and the camaraderie of a bygone era. The faded wedding photograph on a crumbling mantelpiece speaks of love and commitment, a testament to the enduring power of human connection even amidst the ruins. These personal stories, often fragmented and incomplete, are like precious shards of a broken mirror, each reflecting a different facet of life as it was. By piecing together these fragments, we gain a deeper understanding of the human experience within these forgotten walls, connecting with the past on a deeply personal and emotional level. The human element is the lifeblood that courses through the veins of every abandoned place. It's the laughter of children playing in a deserted playground, the clinking of glasses in a long-closed pub, the echoes of a love song sung in a crumbling ballroom. These remnants of human presence, though often intangible, are what truly make these places come alive in our imaginations.
Consider the stories of former residents of Pripyat, the Ukrainian city evacuated after the Chernobyl disaster. Their forced exodus left behind a haunting tableau of everyday life frozen in time, half-eaten meals on tables, toys scattered across living room floors, and calendars marking dates that would never come. Their stories, filled with both sorrow and resilience, remind us of the human cost of such disasters and the enduring strength of the human spirit.
Similarly, the abandoned villages of Italy, such as Krakow, offer poignant glimpses into the lives of those who once called these picturesque yet precarious settlements home. Generations of families lived, loved, and worked within their ancient walls, their stories woven into the very fabric of the community. Their forced relocation due to natural disasters speaks to the powerful bond between people and place, and the bittersweet ache of leaving behind a cherished way of life.
By delving into these personal narratives, we move beyond the historical facts and figures and connect with the hopes, dreams, and struggles of those who lived and breathed within these now silent spaces. It is in these human stories that we discover the true heart and soul of abandoned places.
More than just bricks and mortar, abandoned places are repositories of emotions. Love, loss, joy, sorrow, fear, hope. These echoes of the heart reverberate through the silence, whispering tales that transcend time and language. They remind us that these places were once vibrant stages for the full spectrum of human experience.
Imagine the heartache of a family forced to abandon their farm during the Dust Bowl, their dreams turning to dust along with their crops. Can you feel the despair of a community ravaged by economic decline, their once bustling factories now silent and empty? These emotional undercurrents add a layer of depth and complexity to our understanding of abandoned places.
Yet, there's also a sense of hope and resilience that permeates many of these stories. The spirit of community that often arises in the face of adversity, the determination to rebuild, and the enduring power of memory all shine through the ruins. The abandoned Japanese internment camps of World War II, for example, stand as stark reminders of injustice and suffering. Yet, they also serve as testaments to the strength and resilience of the human spirit, as former internees and their descendants reclaim these spaces as places of remembrance and reconciliation.
By listening to the echoes of the heart, we gain a deeper appreciation for the human stories embedded within these forgotten walls. We learn to empathize with those who came before us, to understand their struggles, and to celebrate their triumphs. In doing so, we connect with our shared humanity and find inspiration in the enduring power of the human spirit.
Today, these abandoned places stand in various states of decay, each telling a silent story of time's passage and nature's relentless embrace. The very elements that once provided shelter and comfort, wood, brick, steel, and glass, now bear the scars of neglect, transformed into canvases for the artistry of decay. The peeling paint of a grand Victorian mansion, revealing layers of history like the rings of a tree, might display a palette of muted pastels, a ghostly echo of its former grandeur. The rusted ironwork of a forgotten factory, once a symbol of industrial might, now resembles delicate lace, eaten away by years of exposure to the elements. There's a strange beauty in this decay, a melancholic charm that draws photographers, urban explorers, and artists to these forgotten corners of the world. The play of light and shadow through broken windows, the way vines and creepers weave their way through crumbling walls, the very texture of decay. All these elements combine to create a haunting yet mesmerizing aesthetic. This is not the beauty of pristine perfection, but the beauty of transience, of nature's slow and steady reclamation of what was once hers. It's a beauty that speaks to the cyclical nature of life and death, of creation and decay, reminding us that even in ruin there is a profound and undeniable allure. In the absence of human intervention, nature reclaims its dominion over abandoned places, slowly but surely erasing the lines between the built and natural worlds. Vines snake their way through cracks in concrete, their emerald tendrils reaching for the sky. Trees take root in rooftops, their branches weaving through broken windows, turning buildings into unlikely forests. Animals, too, find refuge in these forgotten spaces. Birds build nests in abandoned chimneys, their cheerful songs echoing through deserted halls. Foxes and rabbits make their dens in overgrown basements, while deer graze peacefully in what were once bustling courtyards. This process of reclamation is a testament to nature's resilience, its ability to adapt and thrive even in the most unlikely of environments. The concrete jungle, once a symbol of human dominance, gradually gives way to a wilder, more chaotic kind of beauty, as if nature is gently reminding us of its enduring power. The interplay between human creation and natural reclamation is a dance played out over decades, even centuries. It's a slow and subtle transformation, a constant reminder that the natural world endures long after human structures have crumbled back into dust. Stepping into an abandoned place is often described as stepping into a time capsule, a portal to the past where the present moment fades away. It's a chance to witness the remnants of everyday life frozen in time, as if the inhabitants simply vanished, leaving behind their belongings and their stories. In an abandoned schoolhouse, textbooks might still lie open on desks, their pages yellowed with age. A dusty blackboard might display the remnants of a lesson, a poignant reminder of the children who once filled the classroom with their laughter and chatter. In an abandoned hospital, rusted medical equipment might stand sentinel in deserted wards, whispering tales of both healing and loss. These seemingly mundane objects take on a strange significance in the context of abandonment. They become artifacts, imbued with the memories of those who used them, offering us tangible links to the past. This sense of frozen time is particularly potent in places abandoned suddenly, such as Pripyat, Ukraine, after the Chernobyl disaster. Here, everyday life was abruptly interrupted, leaving behind a haunting tableau of unfinished business and unspoken goodbyes. The clock stopped ticking, and the city became a poignant monument to the fragility of human existence and the enduring power of the past.
The future of abandoned places hangs in the balance, caught between the forces of decay and the potential for renewal. Some structures, deemed too dangerous or too costly to salvage, may ultimately succumb to the ravages of time, fading back into the landscape from which they arose. Their stories, though lost to the physical realm, will live on in the memories they evoke and the lessons they impart.
Others, however, may find new life through preservation efforts, adaptive reuse projects, or simply by serving as poignant reminders of the past. The decision of whether to demolish, preserve, or repurpose these structures is a complex one, often fraught with economic, social, and ethical considerations. There's no one-size-fits-all solution, as each abandoned place presents its own unique set of challenges and opportunities.
In some cases, demolition may be the most practical or even the most respectful course of action, particularly when structures pose safety hazards or when their historical significance is minimal. However, whenever possible, preservation should be given priority. These places are not merely dilapidated buildings, they are tangible links to the past, embodying the stories, craftsmanship, and architectural ingenuity of bygone eras.
Preservation is not simply about freezing these places in time, but about finding ways to integrate them into the fabric of our modern world, allowing them to continue to inspire, educate, and connect us to our shared history. It's about recognizing their value not just as relics of the past, but as potential catalysts for community revitalization, economic development, and cultural enrichment.
Adaptive reuse, the practice of repurposing old buildings for new functions, offers a promising avenue for breathing new life into abandoned spaces while preserving their historical and architectural integrity. This approach celebrates the inherent beauty and character of these structures, adapting them to meet the needs of modern society while honoring their past. Imagine an abandoned factory transformed into a vibrant arts center, its cavernous spaces now alive with the creative energy of studios, galleries, and performance spaces. Picture a dilapidated train station reborn as a bustling marketplace, its grand halls echoing with the sounds of commerce and community. These are just a few examples of the transformative potential of adaptive reuse. Adaptive reuse projects not only preserve architectural heritage but also offer numerous social, economic, and environmental benefits. They can revitalize neglected neighborhoods, attract investment, create jobs, and provide unique and inspiring spaces for businesses, organizations, and individuals. By embracing the character and history of these buildings, adaptive reuse projects can create a sense of place and identity, fostering a connection between the past and the present. Furthermore, by giving new life to existing structures, we reduce the environmental impact associated with new construction, conserving resources and minimizing waste. Adaptive reuse is a sustainable and forward-thinking approach to urban development, honoring the past while embracing the possibilities of the future.
The task of safeguarding our shared history, embodied in the bricks and mortar of abandoned places, falls not just on the shoulders of preservationists and developers, but on all of us. These places belong to the communities in which they stand, and it's up to those communities to decide how best to honor their legacy. This requires a collective effort involving collaboration between government agencies, private organizations, and concerned citizens. Public awareness is paramount. By educating ourselves and future generations about the historical, cultural, and architectural significance of these places, we can foster a sense of appreciation and stewardship. Visiting and supporting abandoned places that have been transformed into museums, historical sites, or cultural centers is a tangible way to engage with the past and contribute to their preservation. Advocating for the protection of these sites, both locally and nationally, is crucial. Supporting organizations dedicated to preservation and adaptive reuse, attending community meetings, and voicing our concerns to elected officials can make a difference in ensuring that these places are not lost to neglect, demolition, or insensitive development. Ultimately, the future of abandoned places depends on our willingness to recognize their value, not just for their historical significance, but also for their potential to enrich our lives today and for generations to come. By embracing creative solutions, fostering community engagement, and prioritizing preservation, we can ensure that these echoes of the past continue to resonate in the present and inspire a more sustainable and meaningful future.
As we've journeyed through these forgotten landscapes, from crumbling factories to deserted villages, one resounding truth emerges. Abandoned places hold a power that transcends their physical decay. They are more than just empty shells. They are vessels of memory, testaments to human endeavor, and poignant reminders of the passage of time. Their silence speaks volumes, inviting us to listen, to learn, and to connect with the echoes of the past.
The enduring power of place lies in its ability to evoke a sense of wonder, to spark our imaginations, and to transport us to different times and realities. Standing within the walls of an abandoned asylum, we can almost hear the whispers of troubled souls, the echoes of laughter and sorrow. Exploring a deserted mansion, we catch fleeting glimpses of grand parties, intimate moments, and the ebb and flow of family life. These places, though often perceived as ruins, are not devoid of life. Nature reclaims them with a tenacity that inspires awe, transforming decay into a different kind of beauty. Vines creep through broken windows, trees sprout from rooftops, and animals make their homes in deserted buildings, reminding us of the cyclical nature of life and the enduring power of the natural world. The stories embedded within these forgotten landscapes teach us valuable lessons about history, about human nature, and about the delicate balance between progress and preservation. They remind us that the built environment is not permanent, that civilizations rise and fall, and that nature ultimately reclaims what was once hers.
In an era of rapid urbanization and relentless progress, it's easy to overlook the value of abandoned places. They stand in stark contrast to our modern world, often perceived as eyesores, as symbols of decline, or as obstacles to be demolished in the name of progress. Yet it is precisely in their abandonment that they hold the most profound lessons. These places serve as poignant reminders of the importance of memory, of honoring the past, and of preserving the stories that have shaped our present. They challenge us to look beyond the surface, to see the beauty in decay, and to find value in the discarded and forgotten. They urge us to ask ourselves, what stories do we want to tell with our own built environment? What legacy will we leave behind for future generations? The act of remembering, of preserving these echoes of the past, is not about romanticizing decay or clinging to a bygone era. It's about understanding our own place in the grand tapestry of history, about learning from the successes and failures of those who came before us, and about making more informed choices about the future we want to create. Let us therefore embrace the stories of these abandoned places, not with sadness or regret, but with a sense of curiosity, respect, and a renewed commitment to preserving the tangible and intangible heritage that connects us all. For within these echoes of the abandoned, we discover not only fragments of the past, but also invaluable insights into the human condition and the enduring power of place. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more. Thank you for watching.